Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm here with a Pauper League in the post-ban meta. A Tog got banned, Bonders Ornament got banned, Prism got banned. We're living in a whole new world. Affinity's still good. We'll get to that more in a second. But my name's Max. I don't know how I said that already, but we're rolling. I'm going to be playing Evoke. Evoke is back on the menu. We are stoked here. This is sweet. I'll get into this deck in a second, but first let me shout out the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. Go check it out. Follow me on YouTube. It's really the best way to support me. I'm recording live right now on Twitch, twitch.tv/snapboltgames. So come hang out live. I usually post on Reddit and my Twitter when I go live if you want to be notified. No schedule, but I usually post. Okay, so this deck. This is Blue White Evoke. This is kind of my pet brew. Kind of got sidelined when just Affinity was running rampant in the challenges. I felt like even with this brew, I've done pretty well with it, but I wasn't able to, contend with Affinity, so I just started playing some Affinity, Opa, Indeed. So we are just going to be playing Blue White Evoke. What is this deck? If you don't know, go look at my channel, youtube.com/snapbolt. There's like almost 20 videos, I think, of me playing this deck in so many leagues. And I go through detailed deck techs there, but we basically just combo these Evoke creatures, Soul of Migration and Mole Drifter, with Ephemerate and Angelic Renewal. Then we get a bunch of Enter the Battlefield triggers from Mole Drifter, drawing cards, and Soul of Migration, making birds. Then, other than that, it's just a blue-white control deck, basically. 3 Journey to Nowhere and a Last Breath as removal, 4 counter spells, 1 Dispel, 4 Ponder, 4 Preordains, the classic Max Brew, 2 Late to Dinner, 1 Palace Sentinels, 2 Archaeomancer for a nice flicker late game. And, that's basically the deck. 21 lands, 3 bounce lands, 4 Tranquil Cove. Not playing the tapped white gain 2 life land right now. Sideboard's a little different. 4 Dust to Dust still. I think Affinity is still one of the best decks, even with the Atog ban. So, still respecting it with 4 Dust to Dust. I think there's going to be a fair amount of Affinity in the leagues. I played one league in the post-ban meta with Blue Red Fae, didn't record it, went 3-2, and I saw some Affinity brews. I think more people are wanting to be playing with Affinity right now to try to find out the best build. So definitely expecting some of that. Almost put a Revoke Existence or 2 in the sideboard as well, but uh, so maybe not that much has changed. Down to 3 Hydroblast, playing a Negate. 2 Curse of Change. I think this card is really good in this deck, actually, because Guardian of the Guild pack is a big problem out of the white-black Pestilence lists. This deals with that, but also this can just come in against problem matchups like Stompy. So I don't hate Curse of Change. I might even bring it in against Fae, depending on how things go. I'm not sure, but it does basically answer anything out of Fae as well. 2 Dawnbringer Cleric in the 75, 1 in the main, 1 in the side. A Lone Missionary. This could be a 3rd Dawnbringer, but I think having the Lone Missionary just to gain a bunch of life is kind of nice. 2 Stonehorns for matchups where, they're kind of just trying to do their own thing, like Boggles, stuff like that. But anyway, I'm really excited to just get into a league, and I'm really, really excited to play some more Blue White Evoke now that some bans have happened. So without further ado, let's just get right into round 1. All right, round 1, we're against Vivarus. We're on the draw, but we cannot keep this 1 Ashburns land hand. This I'm actually going to keep. I actually don't mind hands like this. Just put back an Ash Barrens, and we'll just start leaving up some counter spells. Just gonna play Island on 2. Marty B, let's go Evoke. I'm ready. I'm ready too. I just can't wait to evoke a Mole Drifter right now. Cheers, everyone. Evoke is back. We're against Cycle Storm. Well, this is an absolutely terrible matchup for us, but at least we have a double counterspell hand. We just can't apply any pressure, so giving them all the time in the world is not going to be ideal. This is not looking good, chat. We just can't. We just allow them to just like sit there for as long as they want, and they have so much inevitability. I'm just going to try to play relatively quickly and see if we can find something to apply pressure. Not two more lands. Okay, there's an ephemerate. Now we're looking for essentially Soul of Migration, I think. I know it's 2 turns away, but what's up, Popperton? Good to see you in chat. But I think Soul of Migration Ephemerate is the only chance we have to win. Is hope they just miss on lands. I mean, they can still go off like as early as next turn, but maybe I can even leave up counter. I have a bunch of lands here, so all right, we have to shuffle this. 2 lands and another ephemerate. Not going to do it. I would much rather ponder there than just leave up double counter this turn, especially with them only on 2 mana and 1 black mana. They discarded a Scob. Okay, they just don't need it right now. Okay, they hit another land. We're certainly in trouble here. We have no pressure. Okay. I have to wait 1 more turn because then I can still leave up a counterspell. But if I go Muldrifter Ephemerate right now, I only have 1 mana left. So I need to wait. Next turn we can Muldrifter Ephemerate. They've just cycled so much. They're almost halfway through their deck. They're gonna have a lot of good rituals and stuff. They cycle Baron more. They might have another land. Cycle Healer. They're just setting up like a perfect hand here. Lotus Petal. I'll let that resolve. Not gonna counter that. I am gonna Muldrifter Evoke if I don't draw anything. There's just I need to do something, I think. I'll have 1 counter up. I'll probably die on the next turn. I almost feel like this matchup's like I feel like it's pretty unwinnable. Okay, well we have triple counter. Only 1 counter spell up this turn though, which again I don't expect to be enough. So we'll see. Yeah, Dark Rit. If I counter this, they're gonna go off. Like, there's almost no chance here. We just did nothing for like 6 turns. Blue and Evoke has some pretty good matchups versus like all the mid-range decks, and then it has some really bad matchups like this, Defenders, Elves. All these matchups basically feel unwinnable. I could counter this and hope they just haven't found enough Songs of the Damned. I mean, I think that's my best option, honestly. I can't let them add 14 mana. But they probably just have more of them plus Reaping, so... Yeah, Songs is definitely a better one to... Yeah, now they just exploit, get back Songs again. It looks like they did only have 1 Songs. Exhume Repository Scout? Wow, they're going deep here. And then they just exploit again. Get back Songs. That would be funny if they got back Exhume again. Exhume, that's actually pretty cool because they can just Riverwinder and then Exhume also. So they have like 2 lines of play. They have 24 mana and they're going to get to draw 9 here. I'm pretty sure we're just dead, but we'll just let them do their thing for now. We'll just hang out. Again, I could have left up double counter there as well, but I just didn't think that was very good. Just doing nothing indefinitely is also not going to be a win, so we had to at least try to put a Muldrifter into play. They're just cycling infinite here. Also, that deck can be pretty tough to play, and I mean, the opponent's playing pretty quick, but time is definitely a concern with that deck. I mean, this game has been super fast, and we're already a couple minutes ahead. So if the next 2 games somehow went long, we would want to utilize the clock in this matchup. Hey, thanks for following there. Is that disc golf? I do not think you can play Cycle Storm without Lotus Petal. So that cycles mana to blue. I'm just going to let them keep going. Looks like they're just going to kill us with Stinger here. But again, I'll just let them take their turn. Okay, now that they have double Stinger, 7 cards in hand, it's pretty much a sure thing at this point. If they play another Reaping, I'll just concede, but we'll wait for that. Can just let them make them use the time too. Maybe they misclick and kill themselves, or I don't know. Okay, never mind. They're fully going off here. And there's no way that they mill out before they kill us with triple Stinger. So they successfully comboed here. Yeah, just you're gonna want Lotus Petal no matter what. All right, all right, all right. Made them use some time, but I couldn't take it anymore. Dispel, negate. We have no graveyard hate really either. I guess we should Dawnbringer Cleric. We can just exile a card from their yard. It's pretty bad, but we can also Hydroblast to kill Stinger. Usually that's not good enough, but most of what we have, I feel like, doesn't do anything. Just so much of what we have doesn't do anything. I guess I can play like a Hydroblast. I mean, Last Breath deals with Stinger too, but Last Breath really doesn't do anything. If they cast a Stinger, I could kill it. I could counter it on the stack, I mean. Oh, it's definitely bringing in Lone Missionary. Maybe just not Hydroblast and just bring in Lone Mish. 2-1 beater. That's what we want. I was thinking about a version of this deck that just doesn't play Journey to Nowhere as well. Just like more creatures to flicker. Maybe things like Lone Missionary main. It's just like something that can apply pressure, buffer, you can flicker it. Still provides a good late game, but it's something that can like apply pressure like that. All right, I mean, I guess Journey's still not that good because we saw Striped Riverwinder. If they're going to go for an early Exhume, it's probably going to be on a Riverwinder. I don't think keeping Journey in is good. We can just beat Riverwinder if that's their plan. All right. We'll keep this. Certainly a little bit awkward here, but not going to mulligan a hand like this. We could consider playing Chancery next turn and then leaving up Counterspell after that. I think I like it. I get to ponder now Chancery, and then I can start playing like Island into more untapped lands. I don't think I need to worry about them going off on turn 2. And I get to use my mana pretty reasonably here. I don't think I can go like turn 3, Evoke Muldrifter, turn 4, late to dinner. That just doesn't seem good enough. I think I'm just going to shuffle. Try to hit something else better. Again, I just like without specific hate like relics or anything, I just think we cannot beat this. We can just like basically can't win this matchup. Maybe we have to respect decks like this a little bit more. Just Evoke literally applies 0 pressure. And this deck is so funny. They play like 12 lands, including Ash Barrens. So they should have to mulligan a lot, but it's not always the case. Another Island. So I suppose I could play Island, Ponder, or just play Cove. I think I just like playing Cove. We basically just like have no chance here. Again, I've said that enough, I think. We'll do our best. They got Mountain. They probably have Pyroblast as well. I usually see that in the sideboards of those decks. Soul of Migration, huh? I mean, what do you think, Chad? I think I just go Soul of Migration Ephemerate and hope to not die and then untap with counterspells. It's not really getting better than this, right? They need like they probably have Pyroblast up too. So playing two white spells here seems strong to me. And we're F6'd. Please don't kill us. Turn 5, make a big board, but again, that's giving them so much time. Horror, okay. Please don't go off. If we get to untap here, I think we're actually in a reasonable spot. We make two more birds with the Ephemerate. It comes back down. And then we attack for 4. And then we have 8 power and double counter. Wow, we're getting to untap? Oh, you 5-0'd? Congrats for the 5-0, and thank you for playing Blue White Evoke. Keeping the name true. I don't even know. I'm just having a good time. Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot play Chancery and leave up double counterspell. I mean, we have a 2-turn clock here. I think I want to leave up double counter. I'm just not going to play the land. I mean, I guess I could ponder, and then I could find either Island or Dispel or Negate. I have a lot of outs. We don't find any of that. We found a Dawnbringer Cleric. I could exile their Scob. This may have been a misplay here. I could exile their Stinger, even. That's not bad. Or I can shuffle. I feel like Dawnbringer Cleric exile Stinger is not bad. Is it good enough, though? I'll try it. Could exile Scob as well, but I think I just like Stinger. Just get that out of there. Man, I'm going to regret not leaving up double counter there. It's tough. It's tough. We had a lot of outs, though. We had 3 looks off Ponder. We could have shuffled as well if we really wanted to. And we had Island, Dispel, Negate, which that's a lot of outs. Ooh, whoa. Wait. They don't have anything to get back. They're just playing a 3-3? They're just playing a 3-3. What is their hand? Okay. Resolves. I almost countered it. Yeah, I'm glad to be jamming Pauper again myself. They just don't want me to attack with Dawnbringer Cleric or something? I have no idea why they played that. Alright, now we can preordain because now we can still leave up double counter. So now it's preordain. We don't need to Mold Drifter here. Bottom, bottom, Island. We will not attack with Dawnbringer Cleric. So they have to be able to beat double counter spell. And they only have 2 black mana, but they could also have Pyroblast. Yeah, so interesting that they just played this. Again, their hand might be terrible. Let's just counter. They have Pyroblast? No. I think they probably do. Now the question is, do I counter the Dark Ritual? I think I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures? Maybe not. They played Repository Scab is so interesting. Why would they just play the 3/3? Maybe they just have like more Repository Scabs in hand. Ah, I figured they'd have more rituals, but it's not like I can counter reaping anyway, so they have 4 cards only. There's Stinger. 4 mana. GG is right. Soul Migration too much. I think we want some number of Hydroblast as bad as it is. It is really bad, but I mean, so is Late to Dinner. Can set out both Late to Dinners, bringing 2 Hydroblast. Yeah, Affinity is still a real deck, and I think a lot of people are trying to brew to see how good it is. I mean, Affinity just literally won the last challenge, so yeah, it's still good. Still got to respect it. For Dust to Dust, like I said so many times, banning just a Tog might not be enough. Um, I'm just deciding if I want even the 3rd Hydroblast over anything else random. Like Palace Sentinels is pretty hard to tap out for. Doesn't necessarily help us that much. I could potentially tap out, see games where tapping out for it on turn 4 and then hoping to survive is decent, but I don't even know if that's good enough. Now that we know they have Pyroblast, I think I want all the Hydroblast. It seems weak, but we just need every piece of interaction that we can like grab. Yeah, Affinity's still good. I think people also forget that Ichor Wellspring Deadly Dispute is just Ancestral Recall still. So it's still really good. If we beat Cyclostorm, then I don't know, it's real. Ah. They mulligan to 6. Justice. Um, we have double Ponder. We have so many looks at lands. We need to find white source, but if we do, our hand's actually pretty good. Double Ponder, I'm going to keep. Imagine if this was Brainstorm, this would be a snap mulligan. Yeah, Glaze Fiend is the 2 mana 0/1 flying that gets +2/+2 when an artifact enters, right? Yeah. I don't think that card is still that good, but I mean, it's playable for sure. I just uh, don't think it's great. I don't like the 3 mana Goblin either, I was saying. Yeah. All right, they go cycle, cycle. We go better cycle. Oh no, not like this. Oh no, please. Ponder shuffle on the first ponder. I'm gonna ponder if I don't draw a land because this sees one more card than preordain. There's the mountain. There's another cycle. Okay. So they have island in hand, and there's a land. Nice. I'm gonna double cantrip this turn rather than leave up negate. So let's start with preordain now. Could find a tap land. Huh. Don't need this ephemerate, I don't think. I think bottoming the island is just too greedy. Because I want to continue to hit land drops. Okay, nice. Probably want to draw two of these lands. I'll just draw the Ash Barrens next turn. Could have drawn it just in case I want to like shuffle, but I think I'm going to draw the Ash Barrens next turn. Doesn't really matter. Oh, always pooping. Thanks for subbing there. Sub for 4 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the support. Always see you in the chat. So good to have you here. I've definitely missed streaming and playing some Magic. I've only played one league since the bans. Just been so busy. All right, they're just cycling. They're really not doing anything. I could just tap out for renewal. And then maybe next turn tap out for soul and then leave up counter. It's like leaving up just negate this turn doesn't seem that good to me. I need to like take some risk, I think, in order to win. So yeah, we could just die basically at any point, but also if we don't take risk, then we're gonna die in the long game. So have to just again do this. Looks like we might be dead, but they might also just be trying to make a little bit more mana to cycle some more. Ah. We could also potentially not evoke Soul of Migration next turn and pass with counter up. Now that we if we survive, but I think it might be better to tap out. 7 mana. They only have 5 creatures in the yard. Another songs. What's the storm count? There's reaping in response to songs. Because they're going to try to put more creatures in the yard than 5 to make more mana. Kind of a greedy line, but it could work out for them. I mean, I guess they can guarantee still get 5 mana out of songs. I guess it's not a greedy line. I guess it's just good. Yeah, I've played Holy Light in the sideboard before, but just trying to have a more concise sideboard. Probably can't, like, even if you have like 1 or 2 Holy Light in the sideboard, you probably are still losing to elves anyway. So I don't know if that's that good. They're low on mana. They only have 1 black mana and they're going to get 5 more. It's not a crazy amount of mana. And they've already used several copies of songs, which is their key card. I know they have repository. Oh, they have another songs. That is not ideal. They found 3 songs pretty early on. Cycle Stinger, 7 creatures in yard, Dark Writ, 11 mana. Do they have another Reaping? Repository Scab, get back Reaping. The deck is definitely more consistent with the Scab. We definitely need a relic or 2 in the sideboard here. Even 1 relic could go a long way. They should not fizzle at this point, right? Do they have a guaranteed win with Scab plus songs plus reaping, or can they not fully go off? There's another reaping, and then get back Scab, and then get back songs, and then they can draw their deck at this point. I think I'm willing to concede, but let's just give it another minute. See what happens. Again, I've seen crazier things happen. Opponent seems like they know what they're doing, though. I'm not sure. If I left up negate this game, this turn, they would have just not done anything. Then I just still have no pressure. That's the problem. And then Scob. Not yet, even. Storm 13. Yeah, this is just Cycle Storm from the opponent if you don't recognize the deck. It's a Bryant Cook, the Epic Storm specialty. Exhume Stinger here. Oh, just Scob. Exploit the Scob, get back Reaping the Graves, then they can Reaping the Graves, get back Scob and more songs. This is really cool in the deck. It has some vulnerability to instant speed removal. I think I think we can safely concede here. I think they got us. GG's. Again, that should be like just an absolutely terrible matchup for us. I can't believe we even won one game. Like, we don't apply any pressure with this deck. Um, so, again, some matchups with Blue Eyed Evoke are just really good, and some are pretty bad. So, is what it is. We'll see everyone on YouTube in round two. All right. Welcome to round two after getting crushed by Cycle Storm there. We're against Rogaran. Don't know how to pronounce that. Let's go first. Sure. This hand looks sweet. Opponent mulligans to 6. I have the option of Island Preordain here or Island Cycle, then get a second island for counter, but I'm just gonna Preordain, plan to turn 2 Chancery, and then counter after that. Another counter spell and an Ash Barrens. Let's just go top. I guess I can just bottom the Ash Barrens. I'll get a third counter though. It's gonna be good most of the time here, I think. Ooh, bridge. Interesting. So we're drawing a random card. It's an island. Okay, now I think I want to play island. They could easily play Cleansing Wildfire this turn that I want to counter, and I can cycle Ash Barrens here. Then play that basic, and then continue to leave up counterspell. Yeah. Perfect. Preordain. I think I'm going to cycle Ash Barrens, get island, play island, and then pass. I already have a white source, so I think this is just a safe method. I'm fine to do this. Looks like we're up against just like a Jeskai Ephemerate, which I think overall is actually a pretty good matchup for Evoke. Yeah, they get Pyroblast and they have Cleansing Wildfire to ramp, but I think we just grind a little bit harder than they do. Soul of Migration. Okay. Nice. These are good cards. Top. Chancery. Balance Island. So 4 Soul of Migration just goes a long way in this matchup. This is another Wildfire. I'm just going to counter it. I mean, Rampant Growth draw card is just so potent. I'm not going to just let them do that. Now I'm drawing another Soul of Migration. I think I'm just going to evoke a Soul of Migration. If they tap out, I get to late to dinner Soul of Migration. And I just get some birds right now. Counterspell should be good later in this matchup, so it's too bad that we don't have double white source, but I still think the way we played it was fine. Because we got to leave up counter a little bit more easily there because of how we played it. Okay, wow. Are they just going to play like an Archaeomancer here? Yeah. This is fine with me because I just get to go Weighted in our Soul of Migration, have a huge board. Like, sure, they can have a Cleansing Wildfire. They could, like, play a Flame Slash, but other than that, I think we're in a great spot. I guess they could ephemerate this, but even that is beatable, especially now that we have a huge board. We get to untap with ephemerate up, just looking great. Tors, what's up? All right, Cleansing Wildfire. No surprise there. They get Island. Not really loving their land choices, but to each their own. Some people don't like my land choices, so it's fine. This game's looking favorable, but it's certainly not like a wrap by any means. This game can go a lot longer. Ephemerate, get back Preordain? Yeah. So I'll have some options next turn. I could just attack and pass. It's not bad. No Flame Slash. Don't go Mountain Flame Slash. That would be so annoying. Okay. Angelic Renewal. It's not bad to play that. I think it's... I'm going to just start by attacking with everything. They have Ephemerate coming back down, which is annoying. Maybe I just play Renewal right now. They're at 12. Because if I go Ephemerate like right now, sure I get 2 more birds, but then they could kill this and make my Ephemerate essentially like go away. I think I just like Renewal. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's just do it. I'm just gonna let them start Ephemerate looping, which is not good. Yeah. This is good for me if they, because now they can't, like, if they were relying on some removal spell, a lightning bolt, a bird, that resolves. So they can get back Ephemerate here. I could just try to counter this because they only have 4 cards in hand. If they counter back, I just get wrecked, though. I get, like, absolutely wrecked. I think I just let it happen. Because if I counter back, if they counter back, they just get Ephemerate back, and then they Ephemerate right now, and then get Counterspell back, and then I'm just even more far behind. But if I draw like an untapped land, I could potentially just evoke a Soul of Migration with counter up, and then just try to kill them. Evoke Soul of Migration? No. Can't let them evoke an Ephemerate. I have to counter. The good news is they probably cannot counter back here. So sure, they can Ephemerate, get back like a Lightning Bolt. But that's beatable for sure, because now I can just evoke another one of these. Land? Plains? Ash Barrens? Plains or Ash Barrens is some of our best draws, but I can always just use Renewal as well. Island is a good... I guess Island's not that good anymore, because I use the counter. Get back a Lightning Bolt, I assume? No, Preordain. Okay. It's kind of an aggressive Preordain, considering I'm going to make, like, a bunch more power. Like, they almost have to find, like, a Stonehorn Dignitary here to survive. Doesn't actually help because we're only on 5 mana, though. The one white source is really costing us here. I'm just going to go attack with everything. Evoke Soul of Migration. I did not think the one white source would end up costing us this much this game, but it really has. That being said, we're still in a pretty decent position. Sure, they're ephemerate looping, but they're at 7, and I mean, look at our board, so they got to do something. Their deck is just a control deck that wins with flicker late game, and our deck is more of like a mid-range control deck that wins with a flicker late game. I guess ours is a control deck too, but as you can see, we can just go a little more mid-rangey, just tapping out for big things where they don't really do that. Galvanic Blast, a soul. Resolves. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power still. Late to dinner, Soul of Migration. That is not ideal. Then they have a food token to crack as well. That is not ideal. And there's Ephemerate. Are they going to get back Late to Dinner, or are they going to get back Galvanic Blast, kill my other soul? See if they kill it right now. They do. Okay. They have Ephemerate loop going. The Late to Dinner was brutal there. What can I really do at this point? So they have 3 blockers. They can go to, I can put them to 3, but they trade for 2, kill 1, and then they can just ephemerate this. I think I'm dead, basically. They have ephemerate coming back down. What are they gonna get? I guess just Galvanic Blast. They get ephemerate back. Then they could even just ephemerate this. They might even have another bolt up too. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't really fully function with the one white source. I didn't really want to play the long game. Sure, I could Monarch, but that's not even that good against an ephemerate loop that's already established. I didn't really love that. Oh, they just ephemerate Soul right now? They had a second ephemerate? Maybe I should have realized that. So they have 2 ephemerates coming down. I think I just lose. They're at 5. I can go Archaeomancer, ephemerate it, and they're gonna kill it. I get back a counterspell in my hand. If I go Palace Sentinels, they'll just go flicker this twice, attack, take the Monarch, and then they can flicker this a couple times or play a bunch of removal spells. Going for Monarch and trying to protect it may have been the line. I just didn't think that that would be a winning line either. I'm just going to concede. We almost got there, but didn't quite function well enough. Kind of like all these cards. Yeah, the way I fetched with the Evolving One or the Ash Barons to leave up another counter was good in the early game, but then since we never drew any other white source, we kind of got punished for that line. I don't hate sideboarding something like this. Don't know if I need Last Breath. Exiling their creatures permanently is pretty good, especially with something we can rebuy. And just set out all the journeys. I don't think that Cleansing Wildfire should be banned, no. But maybe the Artifact Dual Land should be banned. That's always a possibility. They're kind of going a different route than that, though. 3 Hydroblast is a lot as well, but they have the red Ardent Elementalist. They're gonna have Pyroblast. They have Cleansing Wildfire and red removal spells. Oh, let's do this too, right? I don't even know if Dust to Dust is that good against them. It's gotta be, right? Double land destruction. Let's just go. Let's just go hard. Angelic Renewal should be pretty good as well. I think I like Last Breath. Just side out some more cantrips. 1 minute. Can even the Palace Sentinels I think is really good. Can just do 3 Dust to Dusts. Maybe 1 Dawnbringer Cleric is fine as well. It's pretty good. Oh, Lone Missionary's in there. Okay. I think I'm gonna try this. Lone Missionary can apply pressure, but it can also just get brickwalled pretty easily. Dawnbringer exiling cards from graveyard seems good. Siding out Ponders is pretty bad, but our deck is just so full of gas at this point. I could set out 1 more Renewal, but that's also pretty good in the matchup. So let's just Dust to Dust their lands. Yeah, Dust to Dust is a sorcery, but it's still pretty good. They play a couple artifact lands here. We'll get them. It's not an artifact land. Not what I like to see. All right, I'm gonna get planes right now, and then I'm gonna preordain. I think I want all of these. Top. Next turn I could go sack Evolving Wilds, get Island, and then preordain again. Now we just hope they play another Artifact Duel here. We could counter Cleansing Wildfire. I don't think I need another Dust to Dust because they might not even have that many artifact lands yet. So we'll save it. No Cleansing Wildfire, no second artifact land. Okay. Not gonna Soul of Migration or anything yet. Just gonna wait. There it is. Nice. Chancery. Do I need double counter up? Hydroblast and Dispel? I don't think so. I guess they could easily have Counterspell and Hydroblast. So I think I actually do. Just in case. I can just Chancery next turn. Definitely want to make sure to do everything we can to, double Stone Rain them. Okay. Resolves. Now looking for Renewal, Ephemerate, and they just concede. Nice. That'll do it. That's also why this is still in the sideboard. Because the artifact lands are not banned, a lot of decks are going to take advantage of them. So having Dust to Dust on your sideboard, any deck you play against with the indestructible artifact lands is going to have like 10 of them. So you can always just Dust to Dust them. Which is one reason why I don't really like the artifact lands just being in the format. Okay, let's think about the sideboard a little bit more. Sure, Last Breath does exile stuff, but maybe we just want a Ponder instead. Just have 0 removal and just try to play the long game with Soul of Migration, exile their lands here. Do you like the Ponders over the Clerics? I just think these can set us up to win the ephemerate battles. I could side out one more renewal, but again, this can be pretty good in the matchup, just playing it, and then you just start evoking everything for not that much mana, and they have to counter it. But this, again, if you have this on the battlefield, and then they go for an ephemerate loop, you can ephemerate in response and exile the thing they're trying to get back, and then you kind of wreck them. They're not that good, but I think it'd be totally reasonable to have more cantrips as well, but I'm gonna try them here. Okay. Gonna snap keep. Opponent snap kept as well. There's a bridge. There's bridge number one. There's planes, like planes. That means we can turn 3 Dust to Dust potentially. There we go. Please tap out next turn. Preordain, Cove. Yeah, I like both of these. Top, top. Cove again. I don't want to have to discard. So if they just leave mana untapped, I'm probably not going to fire off Dust to Dust. Oh, the Nerdy Steve with a 79-person raid. Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for the raid, Nerdy Steve. Really appreciate it. Everyone, go check out the Nerdy Steve's channel. I've watched their channel a little bit, not too much, I gotta admit, but I'll have to check it out some more. What's up, Pauper Banless? What's up? Okay, I think I'm gonna go at this point. Preordain Chancery, and then discard like a Soul of Migration or something. I don't think I want to just fire this off and get it countered. So again, I'd like to double Stone Rain them. Yeah, these are good. I think they're not counter spells, but they're strong cards. I'm just gonna keep them. Not sure about that. That's a kind of a tough decision there. Another option is to discard the Tranquil Cove here. Because I have another bounce land. So I have a lot of mana still. I'm drawing an Ephemerate next turn. It's a little bit greedy. Could discard Soul of Migration, but let's go. Greed is good. Okay. They're just not doing anything. I can just play an Archaeomancer, I can play a Palace Sentinels, or I can evoke a Soul of Migration. I think Soul of Migration is the worst one, which kind of makes me want to go for it. I'm just going to wait on this. I guess Palace Sentinels, like they have to counter that. They could just let Soul of Migration resolve. But I definitely like playing something here. Yeah. Make them use a counter. Because if we Soul Migration and they don't counter, that's kind of bad for us actually. But I think if we Sentinels and they counter, it's okay for us. Okay, random card, some Molly D. I can't go evoke Muldrift or try to ephemerate it. That just is not going to work. There's no way that's going to work. I could fire off Dust to Dust now. They probably have to counter it, and then I'm free to resolve stuff later. I can even maybe resolve Archaeomancer or get back Dust to Dust. So I think I like it. It's probably just gonna buy another counter. It does. And we're still able to continue to hit land drops here, which is nice. They're tapping out for Muldrifter? Wow. That's pretty aggressive. So now we can just do whatever we want this turn. They have 1 mana up. I have 6 mana. I think I want to Muldrift or Ephemerate. They could have Dispel. I can resolve our Chaomancer, get back Dust to Dust, and then I could even just go for Ephemerate right now. They'd have to Dispel. And then I also have Dust to Dust in my hand. Seems great, right? Or I can just leave up Ephemerate. Kind of like that. Just gonna pretend like I have a counterspell too. I guess I would have played the island first, but I actually haven't got the chance to play too much so far, so I think I'll have to hold judgment for now. But I think it has potential to be. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a better meta than before. Um, so I think I want to just say we'll wait and see until I get to play some more. I've only played one league since the bans, so this is my second league. Still really early. Okay, I can go for Ephemerate right now. That seems bad. Just gonna let this happen. All right, just take 2. Angelic Renewal. That's interesting. 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. But I only have, I say only, I have quad white, so I can't go Dust to Dust. And then if they counter it, Ephemerate, get back Dust to Dust again. I'm 1 white mana short of doing all of that. What I can do is just play Renewal, see if they bite on like a counterspell or try to kill this, and then go for a fight. I like that. Having this in play just makes it hard for them to deal with like a fair amount of our stuff. Exiling this is so tempting. They're gonna counter the Dust to Dust. They have a counterspell in hand. I can just evoke a Muldrifter. They counter that. Just gonna Dust to Dust. I'm not sure. They're gonna counter this, I think. They just can't let me do that, yeah. I don't even think I need to Ephemerate right now, especially since I have Renewal in play. Let's just wait. Mr. Chillin, Mr. McChillin, excuse me, what's up? I'm just having a good time hanging out with everyone here. Archaeomancer. So I'm just gonna pause for a second, like I'm thinking about countering it, and then I'm not gonna counter it because I can't. Don't want to use too much time though. Okay, so they hit me for 2. I think I want to go for Ephemerate right now because if they kill this in response, I get to Renewal it back, get back Dust to Dust. If they counter this, then I get to evoke Muldrifter, and this just uses my mana a little bit better. We know they have Counterspell in hand, and that's all we know. I don't think they have Ephemerate yet. What's up, Stoneheart? Yeah, again, too early to say post-ban, but I think this deck was good before. It certainly has some weaknesses in various matchups like Cycle Storm, Elves, Defenders, but versus the other decks like this, I think it's good versus the other Fey decks. I think it has actually a really good matchup. Um, so I think it certainly has some strengths. Let's use this renewal. Get back Dust to Dust. They had the removal spell, so they still have a counter. Ponder. I think I'm going to start with that, because if I find any interaction, I could resolve this, take them off their white source. An Ephemerate and a counter spell. That's a lot of good stuff. So let's see. They have a counter. So I think I'm just drawing the counter spell. I'm going to play Dust to Dust and counter their counter. They just can't really allow this to happen. If they go too low on mana, then we're going to be able to win the big fights. If they let this resolve, we just get to leave counterspell up. Both good arts on the counterspell. Gotta respect that. Alright. They have 3 cards in hand only. They have no white mana for Ephemerate right now, which makes me feel just so much safer. Preordain. We're drawing Ephemerate, which is huge. And a Dawnbringer Cleric is on top after that. They have 3 cards in hand. Just block here. Rather leave the Archaeomancer in play, especially since we're... Oh, they drew Plains? I didn't even see that. That's bad. Now if they have Ephemerate now, it's so annoying. They're tapping out? Oh. Just evoke that. They might have a late to dinner. Alright, they have 1 red mana up. So they could have Lightning Bolt or Galvanic Blast here, both of which would be pretty bad. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to main 2 and see if they're F6'd. They only have 2 cards. They're not F6'd. So I think I'm just tapping out for Muldrifter. Because if I go for Muldrifter, Evoke, or just try to Ephemerate this, sure, it can be better if it works, if I get Dust to Dust, but I think it's a little too risky. Oops, I tapped 1 mana too many. Let's just tap like this. We know Dawnbringer Cleric's on top. Might be better to tap the other way. Not really sure. That's a tough decision. They have the Pyroblast. Okay. So we don't know their last card right now. We're at 14. And then we can get back Ephemerate here, I suppose. It's because it's free. If they don't have a removal spell, then again, this is just free. If they have a removal spell, they have to kill our thing right now. And then we have 1 card left. If they don't have a removal spell, we probably just win. This is really close though. Okay. The way they attacked so fast makes me feel like they don't have it. Wow. Okay, this is great for us. So now we can just get back double Ephemerate, make a huge board. Should I get back a counter here? They have 1 card left that we don't know about, right? Safer to get back the counter spell. And then later get back the Ephemerate. Let's get back the counter. Dawnbringer Cleric that we knew about. So they have 4, 5, 6 power in the air. I have 4, 5, 6, 7. I can go Dust to Dust both your bridges. And then have 4 mana remaining. They'll be tapped out. I can Dawnbringer Cleric gain 2 life even. Let's just start with Dust to Dust. I think I can survive if I do this, and then they don't have red mana. This is close. Okay, so that just resolved, so that was good. So I can Muldrifter Ephemerate, but if I Dawnbringer Cleric gain 2 life, I'm only taking 6 damage down to 4, and I have counter up this turn, and then next turn I fully stabilize. Let's go. I'm just going to play it really safe here if I can. I'm not even going to end of turn Ephemerate, most likely. We'll see. I want to be able to have the counter backup and everything. All right, so I take 6, go to 4. Definitely want a Soul of Migration Ephemerate next turn as well. All right, just counter this, I think. Not really scared of what else they could do here. I suppose their last card could be Counterspell, but I just don't really see that being a possibility. If it is, I guess I'm going to lose, but don't know if there was a line to be able to beat that. I guess I'm safe now to Ephemerate the Archaeomancer. Get back the other Ephemerate. I think they're F6 as well. I'm going to do this. Just get a little greedy here. They just shouldn't have F6 there either. Now 2 Ephemerates floating. Augur of Bolas, sure. But now it should just be over, as long as I don't time out. Preordain. Now I'm going to want to get back Dust to Dust, just exile both of their lands. If they play like a tapped red source, I could exile that. But now I think we've essentially fully stabilized. Could use more mana as well. There's just a lot of stuff we need overall. Hydroblast, that's a good one. I guess I don't even have enough mana to also leave up Counterspell. I think it's fine. Can leave up Hydroblast here. I'm just playing it really slow. Don't even know if this is really necessary, but I think I like it. Just make sure they have no mana. Just win the long game. Thriving Owl named Red. That's actually annoying. It's a red source that I can't Dust to Dust. So I just get back both ephemerates now. I gotta try to play pretty quickly because I might have to actually loop like a lot more. Preordain. So now I think I'll just Muldrifter Ephemerates, just start drawing a bunch of cards. Make sure I just leave up multiple counters to not die to like, I don't know, somehow metal-crafted Galvanic Blast. Can I find some lands? I'm just gonna go greedy for lands. Do I still have to discard here? I do. I don't think I need this extra Soul of Migration. Okay. Looking good. We still have multiple Hydroblasts up. Dawnbringer Cleric. They have one card left. They only have one artifact right now. I think I can just counter this. I think I'm pretty safe to do so. Again, I think the way I lose this game is if I time out. They have 0 cards in hand now. Okay, that really frees us up. There's Island, that's huge. Just get back Counterspell. And then, should I draw some more cards? I don't even know if I should. I'll just have to discard. I'll just cast. Yeah, again, I think we're 100% locked up at this point. Can start attacking at some point soon. I'll just start making a bunch of birds. Like on their end step, I'll start making birds with Ephemerate. And we just make a huge board and kill them at this point with a bunch of counters in hand. Yield to that. 5 minutes on the clock. That's plenty of time here. Which one is it? It's this one? Okay. Sweet. Tons of counters in hand. Yeah. This is where you need the fast clicking for sure. Just gonna kind of shortcut here and just ephemerate this right now. Pass. Quadruple counter up. They have 1 card in hand. If they play 1 spell at a time, we just counter it, then get back counter spell. Yeah, playing this deck is definitely good practice for playing these type of loopy decks like this. Because you have to play these late games a lot of times. Oh, I can just Hydro this and then get back Hydro Blast. I was really taking my time this match too, and keeping track of the clock as I was doing so. So I think I should have plenty of time left. And I'm a little rusty from not playing much recently, but I think I'm good here. I don't even really need a 3rd Hydro, but I guess I'll take it. Guess I can start attacking. Nice. Then we just keep making birds, attacking with Muldrifters at this point. Can start attacking with some birds too. Not quite yet, but at some point soon here. Opponent at this point is just hoping we die to time. So we have to just not let that happen. I feel like they're trying to use like okay in order to time us out, but I'm not really sure. They can block one of the. They can eat one of the birds for free if they want. It's fine. Then double block some mole drifters. Sure. This just allows me to kill more cleanly once I. Like, it'll be much more easy to calculate like a win now. Okay. Just ephemerate once here. I'll just ephemerate again so I don't have to discard the hand size. Probably also play a Dawnbringer. Gain some life. And then I think next turn I can attack with everything. They can block one flyer. That's 9, 10, 11. Galvanic Blast me. Yeah, I'll counter. All right, let that resolve. Counter. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They have 4 blockers. Certainly lethal. Got him. Just a nice, quick blue at Evoke game. We'll see everyone on YouTube in round 3. All right, we're against Makubi. I'm going to mulligan this hand. I know we have a preordain, but even if we draw lands, like we're pretty far off of really doing anything. So just going to mull this. All right, this looks a lot better. We'll see what we're up against. Might lead on Terramorphic Plains. That way I can turn to Journey. Depending on what I see is what will determine that. Just put back a soul for now. We have one evoker, the best evoker. Molly D. Preordain. Just thinking if they augur of Bolas, am I going to Journey? I think maybe yes. I think it might just be worth counterspell. All right, well, now I'll just ponder. I mean, I think these cards are good. We may or may not want that Evolving Wilds, but I'll draw the Ash Barrens. Next turn I could go Island, pass. If I don't need to counter, then I could cycle Ash Barrens if I want. Draw the second Mole Drifter. I have 4 mana sources already. That 5th mana source is also decent, but we can probably naturally just draw another mana source. I hope they just leave up counter. Ponder, that's fine too. Wonder if this is mono blue Fey. That's always close. I think this deck has a really good matchup against blue black Fey, surprisingly, because their removal's not that good against you. Blue red Fey has Pyroblast, and mono blue Fey can out tempo you. But I'm not sure what they're again. I think they're some 2-color Fey deck, is my guess. I can't wait for actually the new lands to come out in Kamigawa. I think I'm going to pick those up because those look pretty sick, and I'm down to switch off these. Some people complain about the readability of these, and the Kamigawa basics look so cool. Mortuary Mire. Oh, are we up against Fams? I think we are. Fams is rough. I can get Plains. Sure. Could be Fams with no white mana source, or they're just waiting for some reason. Not sure entirely. Just gonna get another island here. I know the one white source cost me before, but I want to have enough blue sources. Classic, just bad mana and Pauper. Okay, there's Ephemerate. Interesting, interesting. I want to wait one more turn, I think. Hmm. They're going to have Prohibit up. They have to have Prohibit up, for sure. Drawing a bounce land would be nice. If they play a familiar, that'd be nice too, because I can journey it. I'm gonna let this resolve again because I can journey this. It lets me utilize my journey nicely. And then if they go to like snap this, I can just counter that. Could even lead on preordain to try to hit an untapped land. I feel like it's a little bit greedy. Let's just journey first, and then if they snap or counter, I can counter back. And if they don't, negate. Okay. They only have 4 cards left. Without their familiar, it's a lot harder for them. Oh, they tap 2 mana too. Might be kind of an inexperienced Fams player, considering they snap tap 2 mana for their negate with a familiar out. Do they have snap? They do. Never mind. Just got ultra punished here. So they have familiar in hand. I'm probably going to go Molly D Evoke next turn plus Ephemerate. They might not be able to do that much here though. We made them use negate and snap, which I like. Preordain after playing Sunscape. That sequencing can't be right, but it's probably not a big deal. They probably wanted to play this anyway. 1 bottom, 1 top, and didn't play anything. Wow, okay. Let's just draw 4. They need Dispel exactly. I guess no, they could have another negate or prohibit still. But even if I make them use that, I think it's worth doing this. They have the prohibit. Okay. Still get to draw 2. We're in a reasonable spot still here, I think. Kind of ahead on cards. They don't have another land. They probably kept that prohibit on top with the preordain, honestly. Second familiar. Like deep analysis here would be brutal. Foreseek would be pretty bad too, but both of those are beatable. Jesus, why do I have to say it? Why do I have to say it? Okay, another island is good. So I have some options. I can Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate, pass with counter up. It's probably just the best line. All right. Because they're tight on mana, I don't hate our position. Seagate Oracle. I think I'm just going to let that resolve. If they flashback deep analysis, do I counter at this point? Especially because like an ephemerate get back counter? Probably, yes. Still close. Already ahead on time, which is nice in a matchup like this. These Pauper leagues, especially when you play a deck like this, takes a long time. If they deep analysis now, I think I just let it resolve. Oh, deep analysis from hand? Jeez. Where's the Dawnbringer Cleric at? Those deep analyses are so hard to deal with. There's Chancery. So I don't hate Preordain, and then probably just Ephemerate right now, hold up double counter. and play Chancery, obviously. Another Soul of Migration, and I don't need a land. Journey to Nowhere, okay. I do like that. So I can journey one of these Sunscapes. Or I can just do that next turn, leave a double counter this turn. I think I like that better. Yeah, I'd rather leave up double counter, I think. I can let them flashback these deep analysis. There's not that much I can do about that. Get that counter. And Chancery, bounce Island. Really wanting some relics in the sideboard after playing a couple games. Cycle Ashburns. That's interesting. They got Island. They're probably going to play it. They haven't played any bounce lands yet. I think this matchup is bad for Evoke also. Not exactly getting the matchups we want. There's the Chancery. Didn't float any mana. Interesting. Again, if they deep analysis here, I have to just let it resolve. I can't fight over that. This I will definitely fight over. I know they can mire it back, but I can just ephemerate, get back counterspell too. All right, let's just start looping. Pretty obvious here. Palace Sentinels. It's actually interesting. See if we have enough mana to play that. I'm not sure we do. Probably just have enough mana to just journey. Yeah, I'll just journey one of the Sunscapes. They're going to snap this. They're letting it resolve. Maybe play a Palace Sentinels next turn. If they snap, I just counter it. All right. Let's pass. Two familiars is actually a lot better than one. But one is still pretty good. We have one journey left in the deck. We have one last breath as well. Last breath would be a good draw. Because I can start looping last breath. And that card's good. It's really good. Deep analysis. I'll let it resolve. Don't have the luxury to counter those, I don't think. Kind of have to counter the more impactful spells. We'll see what they do. Next turn, I'm likely just playing Palace Sentinels. Car alarm going off. Not sure if y'all can hear that. I'm going to play through. Opponent is 4 minutes behind on time here in game 1. Seagate Oracle for 2 mana. I think I don't care about this. I'm 1 mana short of going like Soul Migration Ephemerate it, make a big board. I still think I'd rather Palace Sentinels take the Monarch. It's a little bit risky, I suppose. So maybe I don't even want to do that. Mire back the Archaeomancer. Makes sense. Maybe countering that was right. It's tough to say. Just get back Ephemerate here. Are they thinking about like snapping this or something? I think that's what they're thinking. I would just counter it. Man, this has been a long league, hour and a half so far, just in game 1 of match 3. Pauper doesn't mess around. Right, they are going for snap or prohibit or something. Prohibit. Well, they know about this. Just gonna ephemerate, get back ephemerate, then get back counterspell. Don't think that was a good line by them. They're drawing Archaeomancer, which I'm going to try to counter. Ooh, another Ephemerate. I like that. All right, let's pass. Continue to leave up double counter. If they just let me use the counter spell for free like that, then I'm going to do it. I can't evoke Mold Drifter and just have 1 counter up. So oh, they have like they're going for Ephemerate on Seagate Oracle. Oh, I guess they already have Archaeomancer in hand. I might just want to counter this. This is going to be 2 Seagate triggers. I'm only going to have 1 more counter up. It's pretty close. I think I just counter. It's tough to say. I'm going to Ephemerate right now too. Get back the other counter just to make sure I get it back. So they can tap out for, they can play 3 mana for Archaeomancer, and they need another counter backup. They've already used a negate and 2 prohibits. They usually only play like 4 counters. That deck can really, really grind though. So especially if they have the extra counter here, they kind of get me. But also just going to try to stay ahead on clock as much as possible, because at this rate, it's going to be tough for them to finish the match. Counterspell. Okay, then they get back Ephemerate. Now they get, oh, they get back Counterspell. Do they have another Ephemerate in hand? Probably. We need a Last Breath or a Journey. There's Island. Okay. They don't have Ephemerate in hand. That's kind of weird. Snap. But that only makes, so they can replay Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate. Can they can't go infinite here. They only have 1 Sunscape. If they had 2, they could make infinite mana. Okay. So they're going to get back another counter here. So they're going to have 2 counters now too. I guess they could get back Snap as well. They got back Prohibit. So their hand is Counterspell, Prohibit, and they have an Ephemerate floating. We're kind of behind at this point in this game. Again, this matchup's actually not great for us. Just going to try to play quickly. Dawnbringer Cleric. That is huge. That would have been good a little bit earlier. All right, let's go Ephemerate. Get back counter. Then Dawnbringer Cleric, exile the Deep Analysis. And so their hand is 2 counter spells. I can't actually win a fight over their Ephemerate here, so I have to just let it happen. Because they have to just get back Ephemerate. Then I guess then they're going to get back 1 more counterspell. I guess I go for Ephemerate, then they try to double counter, and then I double counter back. So actually I can win this fight with Dawnbringer Cleric. Okay. So whatever they target here, I'll try to exile. We got it. We figured it out. So they're going to try to get that. I Ephemerate here. They're going to counter. I'm going to counter. They're going to counter. I'm going to counter. And then if they don't have a third counter, my Ephemerate should resolve, exiling their Ephemerate. And then eventually I can loop everything back that I have. So hopefully this should be a win, basically. Opponent in stunned silence. Nice. Get out. They could always top deck another Ephemerate right now, but if they don't, God beareth faithful, that's fine. Don't care about that. Looks like we're turning the corner. Looks like we are turning the corner. And now do I want to get back double counter, or do I want to leave up Dawnbringer Cleric to flicker? I think I want to just get back double counter right now. Especially them only having 1 real card in hand. Oh, they had Meyer though? Oh no, okay, so should just get back. Well, I'll get back both Ephemerates. And they concede. Whew! Honestly, smart of them to concede there since I'm ahead on time, about 7 or 8 minutes. I forgot what the time was. Nice. All right. I think that's all we really have for this matchup. It's not bad sideboard cards though. Could just side like this. I think I want all the soul migrations because I could see a lot of games where I just like play an Angelic Renewal and then on turn 4 tap out for soul and then just try to never tap out again. Yeah, let's go with this. All right, game 2. I'll keep this land heavy hand. We have some cantrips. We're fine. Okay, lead planes. Interesting. Last breath. I love that. It's just preordain here. Bottom, top. I just really hope they tap out for familiar here and I just go like last breath it. Ash Baron makes sense since they let on planes. Play the familiar. Not so lucky. All right, let's ponder. Could have left up counter, but I think I like just pondering here. If they want to counter, they can counter. I would have loved it if they countered there. Okay, we don't want this planes, but we want the other 2 cards, I think. So we'll draw 1. Maybe I can even just Ash Barrens here, end of their turn. I don't know if we need the late to dinner. It's really not bad though. I might just not Ash Barrens. Affinity is certainly not dead. It's still a good deck, and people have not figured out the right build, is what I think. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. They play Ash Barrens, play Seagate Oracle. Okay. I think I don't want the late dinner right now. I'd rather have more counters and stuff. So I'll just cycle, get Island, I think. I have 2 white sources already. You really want a lot of islands. Terramorphic. I'm actually just going to play that. Is there any way that I last breath? There is a chance, but I think playing tap land has higher upside. We still have counter up. Benjamin Santiago, what's up? Terramorphic Expanse, sure. Opponent has to win 2 games on 9 minutes, and they're not on pace to do so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Affinity is still going to be a role player and still a good deck. Just let this resolve. Interesting that they played the Ashburns. I mean, they have 4 Chanceries in their deck as well, so not surprising. I think I can actually get Plains here. Might be worth it. Might want double white. There's Dawnbringer Cleric. It's actually pretty good. Could just get that down, or I can't play Chancery yet anyway, because I'll have to discard. Sure. Just exile their Preordain. Last Breath is really good in this matchup. Again, just because it's a removal spell that can be looped. Really, really good. Hey, glad you can make it live. Yeah, this is my second league. Feeling good. Opponent looks like they're on a pretty awkward hand. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of people's first question for sure. So sorry, YouTube, you got to listen through me answer it multiple times, but that's what comes with streaming, right? Okay, there's Renewal. Ooh, I really like that actually. I am going to play that and then play a bounce land. Because then next turn I can just evoke Muldrifter and there's with counter backup and there's basically nothing they can do about it except for, have double counterspell. But I think I'm just gonna win this match on time, if anything. Yeah, don't be sorry. All good. Just happy to have everyone here hanging out. Just a lot of fun. Okay. They can't play an Archaeomancer. Our opponent could be like slightly newer, like I originally thought, because they're playing a really complex deck and they're really taking a lot of time, which is totally reasonable. But FAMS is one of the hardest decks to play, I think. So it definitely takes some practice to get right. There's another Chancery. I think I like Evoke Muldrifter here. Just try to draw 4. They had double counter. Okay. That sucks. I guess I could have gone land, evoke Soul of Migration first to try to resolve the Muldrifter later, but I wasn't sure that they would have double counter. So I just went for it. I guess they could go for Moldrift or Ephemerate here. Oh, Sage's Road Denizen. Okay, well, I'm going to have to last for that. That's a way they kill me fast. And then Evoke Moldrift or Ephemerate. The good news is it looks like they're going to be tapped out here for the most part. Bad news is they get to draw a lot of cards. We did mill a Dispel and an Ephemerate, which isn't bad. All right, we really need a good top deck here, though. Negate and Ephemerate gone. Counterspell. Counterspell is really good. I think if I just exile Sage's Road Denizen, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I can't also evoke Soul of Migration. 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn. I'm 1 mana short of doing everything. I'm just worried they're going to have more counters, especially post board. I think what I'm actually going to do is this. Evoke. I know this lets them ephemerate more. I'm just going to evoke that. I'm going to exile this because, again, that's how I lose quickly. And sure, this isn't ideal for me. I'm really far behind. But this way, at least I won't just get milled out very fast. And then I'll be able to win this game or the next game on time. So I think it's a good play. Sunscape Familiar. Jeez. Again, I don't think this matchup is good, so we were lucky to win game 1. No, Blood Fountain. Blood Fountain. That's a good question. Blood Fountain is really strong. Obviously, it's best in Affinity. 1 mana artifact, make another artifact. So 2 artifacts for 1 mana is insane. But it also, I played it in like 1 or 2 copies in like like Rakdos control decks. Oh, they have Last Breath as well. Geez, I was not expecting that. But yeah, Blood Fountain's just a good card. A lot of inevitability. It cycles like essentially like I mean it doesn't cycle, but it adds a loot also. So 2 mana, draw 1, discard 1, plus get the Blood Fountain is solid. So we're losing this game, but we'll just try to survive as long as we can. They have 8 cards in hand. Jeez. Let Preordain resolve. What a league. What a league. Seagate Oracle resolves. They have 8 cards in hand. Yeah, maybe I just need to start playing FAMs. I always say it, but this might be the better version of this type of deck. Again, this deck's a little more mid-rangey and can just play a bunch of flyers. I think this deck might be better against fairies because of 4 Soul of Migration. Like, once you resolve Soul against fairies, it's really solid. Opponent down to 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Just going to trade for these. They can snap a token if they want. They just let it happen. It's just taking so much time. It's not that fun to just like, kind of play to the clock, but I mean, I really think that it's part of the game, so Last Breath, my Dawnbringer, sure. So they have multiple Last Breaths, jeez. Good art, good art. Good set. They're going, oh, deep analysis from the graveyard? How did that get into their graveyard? Sunscape. Archaeomancer. I'm just basically going to continually F6 from here because just to keep the time always on them until I die. Not 27. It's actually going to take a while. So I'm just going to continually F6. There's no way they can win game 3, right? I don't even really want to like play anything. I'm just gonna F6 and say kill me. Well, I guess I can't play anything. So there's that too. These loops take a long time, and you definitely have to practice before playing decks like this. And the first game was pretty grindy. I think the opponent made a couple mistakes in game 1. Not sure if they could have won that game. It's hard to tell because we don't know what was in their hand the entire time. So again, really tough to tell. Like they're only attacking for 2 this turn. It's just not going to be enough. I'm definitely not one. Let me say this now. Perfect time to talk about it. Like I could be like pausing on their turn, you know, trying to mess up how they play in order to like make them use even more time. And I guess that's illegal, but I think that's getting to the point where it's kind of bad sportsmanship. I think just F6ing their turn is not bad sportsmanship though. Like your deck needs to be able to win, and if you take all your time, then I think that's your fault. But I think deliberately manipulating the clock in order to make it as hard for your opponent to play as possible is pretty borderline. But like this, casting spells, F6ing, I think is totally defensible, which is why I'm doing it. Like this game's 100% locked up, but they took too much time on game 1. So not the most exciting end to this match here, but agreed. I just always relate it to like chess players. Imagine one chess player timing out and then the other chess player saying, "Oh, you know what? You probably played better than I did that game, so I think you deserve the win." No, that's part of the clock, right? Or the clock is part of that game, just like the clock is part of this game. In real life, it gets different because there's no chess clock in Magic, but on Magic Online, there certainly is a chess clock that if you run out of time, you lose the game, just like chess. So, I, it's what you sign up. It's what you sign up for. Agreed. If you don't like it, you can go to my YouTube videos and comment on them and let me know. They only have 19 cards in library. 1 minute on the clock. I'm not even sure like why the opponent's like even playing this match anymore. I guess they're going for it, but there's literally no way. I have some Tron Brews in mind. I just haven't really had time. Had to evoke. Oh, yeah, probably just like putting big stuff on the board, playing Rolling Thunders and stuff. Pretty fun. there might be a way to still brew Flickertron as well. Like you can brew Flickertron potentially with like stuff like Is It Signet and stuff like that. Opponent with 10 seconds on the clock. Let's just go. 75 cards. Got him. Yeah, they said GG, still learning the deck, but this was fun. I figured that when they play like the first negate that they might be new. If I can type. Well, Magic Online literally won't let me send messages. So sorry, Makubi, but GG's. It was fun. See you around. Got kind of lucky to advance the 2-1 there. We'll see everyone in round 4. All right, 2-1, round 4. We're against Hinahara. Would you like to play first? Yes. Keep this hand. This hand looks fine. Probably just lead on Terramorphic for Plains. Turn 2 Island Renewal. And then we're well set up to find any Muldrifter. I've 4-1'd with this deck so many times. I just like only 4-1. It looks like we're against Affinity. So this will be fun. Game 1 will be kind of tough. And then games 2 and 3 should be much more favorable with the Dusts in the sideboard. I'll just get this down. Again, I can just Chancery next turn. This sets us up nicely to top deck a Muldrifter right now. Turn 2 Renewal, turn 3 Muldrifter is like the bread and butter of this deck. It's really hard to interact with. You need an actual counterspell. Otherwise, it's a draw 4, end up with a Muldrifter in play on turn 3. It's pretty sweet. I mean, I guess it takes 2 cards to do it, but Carapace Forger? Or no, black mana. Deadly Dispute? Oh, Glaze Fiend. Okay, it's kind of a problem, actually. Another Renewal. Let's go Ponder. These are not good. What I can do is I can draw the Preordain and then Ash Barrens for Island. So I shuffle these 2 away, then play Island, play Preordain, and I think I like that. Just getting to Preordain this turn is worth. I might get hit for some damage here, but you know, what are you gonna do? Journey and Counterspell. Counterspell is good. I just don't know. I want to like draw my Evoke creatures, but I will draw Journey for this. Kind of weird to bottom Counterspell there, but I can't play Journey and leave up counter next turn anyway. Okay. Wow. Glaze Fiend doing work here. Jeez. 2 mana, 6/7 flying. But doesn't do that forever. I think I do just still Journey the Glaze Fiend. As much crap as I talk about it, still just going to do that. Journey to Nowhere. Just get this. And then Tranquil Cove. Oh, maybe I should have Chancery. I should have Chancery there. That was a mistake. I was thinking I can Chancery back my Tranquil Cove, but there's just no reason to do that. That was just super greedy. Because now if I draw like exactly Soul of Migration, I can't Soul of Migration Ephemerate. Disciple. Okay, geez. Affinity's still doing its thing. Like I said, game 1 would be tough, and we're not finding our Evokers here, even with double cantrip. Last Breath. It's not a bad draw, actually. Just gonna Last Breath this and hope to draw something to deal with these. Renewal. Do I Chancery back this to gain 1 life? Or do I get more mana next turn? I think I just get more mana. Have to hope to draw, again, an Evoker here. If we draw Muldrifter or Soul of Migration, we're going to be in a great position. Yeah, blue-white flicker in multiple varieties is still a thing. Second Disciple. We really need Dust to Dusts here, but luckily came prepared. Don't need these anymore for this matchup. Okay, we'll go to 9. They have Disciple in play. Looks like they're Esper Affinity. Really interesting. Muldrifter. This happens with Evoke sometimes, honestly. You only have the 8 Evoke creatures, and sometimes you just miss. So we're going to 4, and then we're going to 3, and then we're probably just dead. They could be 4-color Affinity too with Galvanic Blast, just not have the red mana yet. Of One Mind? Jeez. That makes sense, because they also probably have the 1 mana 3/3. It's a 1 mana 1/1 with Metalcraft, gets +2/+2, and maybe even Thraben Inspector as well. The curses, these renewals. All right, there's Archaeomancer. I'm at 4, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, 7 mana. Archaeomancer, get back Last Breath, something. Last Breath this, chump this, and then Ephemerate. Okay, let's go. Do I need to not tap Chancery here? It's better to just... I have to tap a white source regardless, so... Okay, Archaeomancer. I'm gonna just Last Breath the Disciple. That'd be crazy, but we still can come back here. They're gonna sack the Terrarion, it looks like. Deadly Dispute it. Okay. It's not great for me. We've dealt with 2 of their disciples. I've played some Esper Evoke. I think Esper Evoke would be better than the green. Blood Fountain. Threatening to get back Disciple and then kill me. But they can't do it. Oh, they can potentially do it all this turn, but they have to use 4 mana on their Blood Fountain. Which buys me time to maybe find another answer. There's Thraben. All right, they're not cracking the blood. I thought they would just crack Blood Fountain and get back Disciple, but looks like they're not doing that. So that's good. I can block 1, Ephemerate, go to 2. Hope to top deck still Moe D. I guess I'm getting back Preordain. Or do I need to get back Last Breath? I can get back Last Breath on this one and then get back Preordain. Don't think it really matters. I would rather have Preordain, honestly. All right. Go to 2. Thought I just misclicked and took 4. That would have been pretty funny. I mean, I'm probably just going to die to this Disciple, but I might be able to play around it with this Last Breath somehow. So let's see what I draw. I'm gonna get back a Last Breath because I could Last Breath one of my own creatures to gain 4 here if I have to. Not ideal, but Counterspell. Counterspell is massive, really massive. Let's go preordain. Definitely don't want those. Man, land is brutal. I think I need to ephemerate for cantrip here. Let's see. I have 3 white sources, so I can go ephemerate, last breath. Might as well ephemerate for cantrip right now. Could ponder here, get one more look. Palace Sentinels, late to dinner. Preordain. Not like this. This doesn't do it. This just does not do it. Am I dead on board here? I think not. If they don't have anything, I can block 1 and then ephemerate, get back last breath, this one, and counterspell the disciple. I think I'm just gonna shuffle. Brutal. Okay. Not dead on board yet, but pretty close to it. They could crack Blood Fountain right now, I suppose, by using their treasure. We just couldn't find Soul of Migration or Moly-D here. They're drawing a card. Hopefully they do not have Galvanic Blast in their deck. They probably do, though. They might just be 4-color. Okay, so this I can still survive if they don't have anything. I can go to 1 and counter the Disciple still. So block here. Ephemerate. I would love to just use one of the renewals, but I have to last breath this. So last breath. Then last breath the other Frogmite. Then take 1, go to 1. And then Mirror Enforcer. So I literally have to let it resolve because I need to counter Disciple. If I countered that and they went Blood Fountain back Disciple, play Disciple, sack treasure, I lose. I think it's just kind of crazy that I still am not dead yet. I'm pretty close to it, but okay, so now I can counter this. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I could die to something else, but I think I just go for this at this point. If they have the 3rd Disciple or something, then sure. So they have Deadly Dispute, Up One Mind, and Thoughtcast. That's so much card advantage. Oh. They just have land, Blood Fountain, Disciple, kill me. Damn. Could have let the Glaze Fiend resolve. It's really close. Oh, they don't kill me right here, actually. Yeah, because they have to tap this for Disciple if they want to play it. Still alive, still alive. They should play Disciple right now, though, because they know I can get back Counterspell. Okay. But they're tapped out. They're tapped out. I'm going to have to do something here. So I have to get... I guess I can get back definitely 1 Ephemerate. Should I get that Cantrip to save mana? I can always Ephemerate back Ephemerate. Just get Ponder. Land again? Jeez. There's Moly-D. I'm gonna have to do that. Shuffle your library, no. think I want all the white mana. I'm gonna have to last breath this. Cast with Evoke. We're still in this. We're still in this. Yes. Journey to Nowhere as well. No. Play Plains. Now I go Journey to Nowhere, this. And then I'm at 1. So I will need to last breath my own Muldrifter here. To survive. But I can go block, last breath my own Muldrifter. Or I could go block, last breath their creature. That might be better. I only get to... Oh yeah, I could go block here, chump here, last breath Frogmite. But then I could die to another Disciple from hand. I don't think they have that. I mean, they certainly could. And am I beating that anyway? Probably not. I think I'm going to go for tap outline here. Block. Last breath this. We know they have a Glaze Fiend in hand. Staying alive. Oh, Nerdy Steve, you still hanging out? Cool. And now I'm gonna use Renewal, draw 2 more cards. Okay. It's all coming together. Don't disciple me one time. One Ephemerate floating. They're drawing so many cards. I have another Ephemerate in hand. I can gain some life here. I can get back counter as well. Glaze Fiend doesn't do anything. They're drawing so many cards. Frogmite. Mirror Enforcer. This I can beat. I can beat this. Land. Glaze Fiend. All right, so I'm just going to get back Ephemerate. There's Renewal. I don't think I need to play that, but I can play Ash Barrens. I have plenty of colorless mana to use my stuff on. I'm going to need to evoke Soul of Migration and Ephemerate it here. Play. Oh wait, I tapped wrong. Just saying I had to tap this. So let's go Evoke. Oh shit. Oh no, I have 2 Ephemerates. Okay, I'm good. Ephemerate that. Yield. Then I can Ephemerate Archaeomancer, get back Counterspell. I can even get 2 Ephemerates back here, Preordain, and leave up 1 counter. It's probably the best I can do. Get back Ephemerate. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. That's fine. Get back counter. Okay, bottom top. Go. Gonna have to do some chumping this turn, but I have a lot of blockers. Springleaf Drum resolves. They have 5 cards in hand still. So they're really aggro affinity with a lot of card advantage. Then they play land. 3 cards left only, and we have a counter. I think I'm ahead at this point with triple ephemerate. I don't even think this attack is good for them. Walk like this, not going to think too much about it. If they play a draw spell, I'll counter it. At 1 still. I'd like to not be at 1. Okay, looking good. Start looping. Might want to just get last breath on this one so I don't use all my white mana potentially. Not sure. Just going to try to continue to play fast. Multiple counters up is definitely what I want as well. Let's attack here. They're at 32. I'm attacking for 2. Nice. Classic blue-red Evoke right here. Ephemerate there. Let's go play renewal. Guess I just play an island here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Just gonna pass. Double counter up and ephemerate up. This is looking good. Because I think I can counter most things they do for the rest of their game. They concede. Nice. Never had a doubt there. I had a lot of doubts that game, but that was fun. Wow, that was sweet. Said your opponent disconnected. I wonder if I even want Stonehorn Dignitary and or Cursive Chains here. Because, I mean, their plan is draw a bunch of cards, play Mirror Enforcers, play Glaze Fiends, attack. I guess Cursive Chains is bad because of Deadly Dispute. Stonehorn Dignitary might be good, though. We didn't see any Galvanic Blasts. I think they're just Esper Evoke. Their white is just the Raven Inspector. I like that, Marty V. I'm like, yeah, we're in a good spot here. Could just like die at any second, but we're in a good spot. I guess Dispel is. I just don't know. Like, there's no standardized version of Affinity. So what are their instants? Their instants are Deadly Dispute, and that might be it. Yeah, it's not good. Soul of Migration is better in this matchup than it is against the older than against the other versions of Affinity. Let's not have a Palace Sentinels, I don't think. I think I want Last Breath. I think we could do something like this. This looks reasonable to me. I want all my cantrips to be able to dust to dust as consistently as possible. Lone Missionary might not be bad too, because they're just aggro and they have Frogmite. So I can just like Lone Missionary buy time. I think I'm on the draw also. Maybe Lone Missionary is good. What would I have to side out though? Like an Archaeomancer, which doesn't seem great. Second Soul of Migration. Let's just try this. I think Stonehorn Dignitary is good, especially because we didn't see any Galvanic Blasts. So Oh man. I wonder if I have triple cantrip, but the downside is I have zero white sources to start. Sorry, MTGO dying on me. I think I should honestly just mulligan. Yes, I can probably hit lands. I have a dust to dust. I need to hit two white sources. We can do it. We have triple cantrip. We can do it. Yep, we're good. We got this. Oh no. Please. Not like this. Not like this deck. We have a lot more looks though. We can ponder here. Okay, nice. Had it the whole time. Let's ponder and then probably shuffle. Ooh. Definitely like just drawing planes and then playing Terramorphic, get planes, and then Dust to Dust next turn. We'll draw other random good cards or lands. Never had a doubt. Cantrips OP. That is a sign of how good cantrips are right there. We had one land, and then we just manipulated our library so much with preordained ponder shuffle. So good. Wow, they sacked a land. That's gonna be not good for them. Yeah, these are like some of the best cards in all of Magic. It's something that a lot of players, when they're starting out, like they don't realize how good a preordain is. They're like, why would I want to pay one mana for that? But that this game is why. Dust to Dust turn 3, still lose to Affinity, nothing's changed. All right, it's Ponder to look for land. Nice. Now we want to look for more Dust to Dust. We can next turn Archaeomancer back. Um, Dust to Dust if we want. I'm just gonna bottom these because I just want more lands and Dust to Dusts. I think I will probably just Archaeomancer here. Get back Dust to Dust. Classic Evoke against Affinity strategy. This may even be a concession to. I didn't even remember they had Nihil Spellbomb. Well, they don't get to draw. This may have been wrong, actually, but I'm not sure. I think it's still good to actually just play Archaeomancer, considering they had Spellbomb out, they don't get to draw off of it, and then we just have this in play, which is good for future Dust Dust and all of our spells basically. Like trading this for them sacking this without drawing a card is fine. Like what else would I have done this turn? I don't know. I guess I could have just played Ponder, but I actually like this. Yeah, and on top of that, just to keep gushing about how good cantrips are, not only can cantrips help find your lands like they did this game, but in the later game, they help you find threats too. So it's just like you want them early, you want them late. They always do exactly what you want. The only time you don't want them is when you don't have enough mana and you need to play spells that affect the game, that affect the board. Then cantrips can be bad, but even even then you can usually find room. Um, I mean, these cards are pretty good. Like taking a counterspell is fine. Then I just get to play nothing here, though. I think I kind of want to just shuffle and play a ponder. All right, well, I'll play another preordain. Could top this counterspell as well. think I should at this point. All right. Not really doing much over here, but classic Evoke. At least we've already dusted them. They can attack for 1. They can crack a clue to drain for 1. Thoughtcast. Yeah, they can still win this game. Absolutely. I'm also just trying to play fast. Opponent is playing really fast. Got to keep up. I have a lot of removal for this too, so try to find that. Do I just tap out from Old Drifter or do I just evoke it? I think I just evoke tapping like this. Oh, wait, no. Tap like this. Yeah. Okay, nice. There's a renewal and a late to dinner. So I'm going to get drained for a bunch next turn, but at least I have a counter up. Now they can't attack anymore as well. I really just need to find a journey or a last breath or something for their disciple here. I think I'm going to counter most draw spells. They can crack clue and crack blood. That's brutal. Just counter this. Could have let them take counterspell, but I don't think that's very good. Might have to play Stonehorn Dignitary next turn. I don't really love that, but really need an answer for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I can also play Renewal, Evoke Moldrifter, draw 4. Oh, I forgot I also get to draw 2 more right here. I guess I can also just flicker Archaeomancer, but I think I want to just draw cards. There's another counter anyway. So let's see. I have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. This costs 5, and I'll have 3 mana left. I could just straight up evoke again, but then I only get to draw 2. I could renewal into Soul of Migration. Then I'm getting drained by this. I just don't have that much mana. It gives me a big board presence. I don't hate renewal into Evoke Soul, leave up counter, and then get drained for a little bit, try to find an answer next turn. It's tough to say. Because I can just chump the Mirror Enforcer, make them have no good attacks. I gave up on my Ephemerate loop, taking the line that I did. But I can still draw a bunch more cards. I have to let this resolve at this point. Unfortunately, Frogmite can resolve. We have this as well. Just gonna chump, not gonna try to multi-block. Answer Disciple, and then Stonehorn, and then try to lock them out with counters is a decent plan, I think. Okay, they're drawing with Clue. That is good for me. Their deck is sweet, but I don't know if they have enough angles of attack. They just have card advantage, Disciples, and some mediocre creatures. Chancery. Guess I don't even need to play Stonehorn yet either. Guess I'm just gonna evoke Moody. I can always late to dinner it if I want. Here's renewal. Not really what I need here. Jeez. Hercules, what's up? So I have 5, potentially 6 mana. Man. What's up, all my friends in Brazil? Opa. I guess we're gonna have to wait to dinner next turn. I don't need to play Stonehorn yet. Guess I'm going Cove Renewal Pass. I like it. They still don't have attacks. The Crack Clue put me to 11. Oh, they Deadly Dispute. I wonder if I just counterspell this. Worried about multiple disciples, but let's just counter it. If they attack with Mirror Enforcer, I'm actually going to block with Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate so I can start looping again. Another Disciple would be bad news. I mean, I've drawn over half my deck. I'm going to find an answer to this at some point soon if I survive. That's the plan. And if I lose this, I'm going to be tight on time for game 3, so going to continue to try to play fast. Opponent has so much card advantage. It is nuts. Okay, this is good for me here. I don't even think I care about Mirror Enforcer. Get back Ephemerate. Then I can just Ephemerate this right now, actually. Terrarion, sure. They should have like one card in their deck that they can sack their board. Let's get back Counterspell. And then we're gonna get back Ephemerate. I'm also gonna try to just win this game and then not worry about a game 3. So I mean, of course that's a good plan, right? Jesus, I cannot find answers to this. It's crazy. Start with Evoke Moldrifter. Draw 2. There's a Last Breath. Okay, we found it. Ephemerate that. 21 cards in library. Let's go Last Breath, this. And then now I basically just need to counter Disciple and that's it. I think I can play Cove, gain another life. Do I need more mana this turn? I don't think so. Shaleb, is it? Shalib? What's up? Just discard Ash Barrens, I guess. Could discard a Chancery. So we have Counterspell and Ephemerate up. We're just drawing more cards. I'm not gonna counter any random creatures like Glaze Fiends, Frogmites, or Mirror Enforcers, or Thragons. That's fine. I'm just gonna counter Disciple. I'm gonna counter. I don't think I'm gonna even counter draw spells. I don't think they really have interaction. They just have card advantage and stuff, like I said. Yeah, full Gandalf, as Crokies would say here. I don't even know what the. I've seen people doing the yoo but I only know that it relates to control decks. I don't actually know what it means. That's because I'm so boomer, I guess. Maybe this is a little greedy to go for this, but I think we're fine. I guess they also have Blood Fountain to get back Disciples, but we have so many counters that we can probably just counter all their Disciples. At least that's the idea. That's the plan. Gotta pop these out. They said, sorry, I don't have time to play this out. All good. You can concede whenever you want. GG's. They want to try to finish this league. GG's. All right. 3-1. Let's go round 5, see if we can 4-1 this. The classic 4-1 with Blue Light Evoke, right? All right, 5th and final round. We're against Grixis Death Shadow in Modern. Would you like to keep these 7 cards? I would. Thank you. Absolutely. And we're against Fae. Okay. I like the Fae matchup, but Fae can certainly take games off you. Blue-red Fae is probably the worst. They bottom. They might be looking for lands. I'm just going to Cove and then probably Journey this. If they ninja me, I'll Journey that. Oh, you're rank 3? Nice. That's huge. I think I'm actually ranked like 1200 right now. So I don't play enough to get to those top ranks, but I've been winning a lot. So I kind of just like get high enough to qual for the PTQs. And then if I have time for the PTQ, I play in it. Just grind my dailies. That's awesome. I didn't know that you were such high rank. Rank 2, rank 1, rank 3, that's super high. All right, as far as our line, I'm probably going to go Ponder, Chancery, and then if there's one good card off the Ponder, I'll cycle the Ash Barrens. Um, we're probably just going to take the best card out of the 3 from the Ponder, and then because we want to use the Ash Barrens to be mana efficient. But we'll see. We'll see. They choose to not shuffle. They have a Fairies here. So they ponder, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bottom. They do. So they essentially ponder, draw the card, and then bottom the other 2. Not surprising there. Let's shuffle this. The good thing about this matchup is Spellstutter Sprite is actually not that good against us. Oh, man, we're kind of getting wrecked here. Because so many of our spells are such high CMC that, like, especially if you get an early Angelic Renewal down, then you just start evoking these and there's like nothing they can do. I'm going to definitely cycle this Ash Barrens, get planes. Oh, damn, that's cool. Yeah, you know what, Nerdy Steve, you know what card really impressed me was I like always like when the first time I saw Meat Hook Massacre, I was like, wow, that card's really strong. But in that deck, Meat Hook Massacre is so good. I feel like it's like the best card in that deck. Okay, they're going for another ninja. So early ninjas is another way you can lose this matchup. Um, if we draw Moly D right now, wow, they don't replay fairies here. They might have Spell Pierce. It's kind of brutal if they do. I think I'm just going Evoke Soul here. I mean, that's all I can do. They probably can't counter it. Oh no, brutal. Jeez. Got spiked. You can come back from a couple ninja hits. I mean, I've had a worst spike of the day, right? I've had I've had an opponent play like a turn 4 Thorn on me. I never took the Monarch, and they just drew their entire deck and lost. So Blue and Evoke can hang with this type of card advantage, but backed up by counter spells, I'm not so sure. I'm gonna just go for Soul of Migration Ephemerate, I guess. I mean, what else are we gonna do? They probably have a Spell Stutter Sprite, but probably have a counter spell too. Okay. Well, jarred too many times. Okay, they're tapping out. Okay. Soul Migration Ephemerate just destroys their board here. Cannot believe they just tapped out. I mean, I probably would have gone for it anyway, but jeez. This feels good. All right. That was sweet. That's how you win this matchup. Somehow resolving the combos like that. Not saying that this is over, but now, like, what, they can snap this. They're kind of stonewalled. Looking good. All right, they're putting a bunch of stuff into play, but they're running out of gas. And we are not quite. Like, even if they just go Spell Stutter Sprite here, I just get back Ephemerate. Oh, this is nice. Try to get back Ephemerate. Grixis Death Shadow in Modern does not appear to have a counter. I'm going to just Ephemerate right now, get back Ponder, play Ponder. Okay, so they do have the Spell Stutter Sprite. They had 2 fairies, so they couldn't counter this, but they countered the Ephemerate. Interesting. Okay. Well, now we're top decking. We can't attack, but they can't attack either. They have 1 card, and we have 0 cards, considering we have Triple Island. But our top decks are much, much better than theirs. We have 4 Muldrifters in the deck. We have Ephemerates. Even Angelic Renewal is not bad. Oh god, they top deck Counterspell. Did they know about that? Yeah, I guess they. Or no, they probably didn't. Damn. I think I just don't play Muldrifter right now because I could just draw a Counterspell. I don't think there's a reason to just trade Muldrifter for counter yet. I have plenty of mana. I mean, I guess if I draw another Muldrifter, I can't cast both. But at that point, I can just trade it. Okay, well, that's a reason. If I evoke, then they can just let it resolve. That's the problem. I have to just cast. I should have played land first. Okay. Definitely going to wait to do the Moedy, not the Soul of Migration here. I want to draw cards. That's what's most important. I need them to not have another counterspell. I guess Spell Stutter Sprite can counter this at this point too. Tranquil Cove. Let's go for this. Wow, just resolved. Nice. Dawnbringer pretty bad here. I guess I just play it though. Gain 2 life, I suppose. And then I'll gain 3 off the food. Actually, I'll just cycle Ashbaron. I'll keep that for Ponder. It's close between thinning and cycling. I think keeping it is better. All right, I can Journey, a Spire Golem, an Insect, or a Spell Stutter Sprite. I mean, honestly, just getting the Spell Stutter Sprite out of there, taking their fairy count down might be worth. I mean, if I take out their Spire Golem, I can attack with just Moedy, I guess. I'd rather have it in play, probably. I can just wait. I'll just hit the Spire Golem. Hopefully they have a bunch of Force Spikes and Spell Pierces in their deck. I have another Spell Stutter. Okay, well, I'm fine with them Spell Stuttering this, actually. Because that means they're not Spell Stuttering, like, you know, more Late to Dinners or more Ephemerates or just, like, the better stuff. Nope, didn't even really care about this journey, honestly. Didn't really matter. Nice. The thing is, if I attack with Muldrifter and they block, if they don't block, they still don't have attacks. If they block, I get to go for late to dinner. They need another counter here. Could have just gotten another Soul of Migration, but again, I want to draw cards. Brutal. Okay. That was maybe greedy, but I think fine to go for it. I'm not going to F6 actually. Need them to think that I could have a counter. Something? Last breath. It's not that good. Just hold it for now. I've tested Custody Squire. I played like 2 leagues with it a while ago, and I found you never really need to get enchantments back. It would be better just to have an extra Archaeomancer if you want more of that effect, in my opinion. Counter is great. I'm saving this Ash Barrens again. If I draw a Ponder, then I'll have a Ponder shuffle, similar to a Brainstorm shuffle. So that's why I'm not playing it or thinning. Custody Squire being a 3/3 is decent, but again, I'd rather have another Archaeomancer or a Mnemonic Wall. I'll thin with that one. Miscreant draw. Not going to counter that. What an interesting game here. The attack with the Muldrifter was pretty loose, I suppose. I could have just gotten another Soul of Migration. Oh, they have a Mutagenic? I guess I'm going to go block here. If they go Mutagenic, I'll go Last Breath. If they go really fight over it, I can, I don't know, maybe counter, probably not even. I don't really care about this exchange. And I missed that last follow or sub or whatever. I think it was a follow, so. What's up? Nice. Now I guess you could technically argue for shuffling before preordain, but I like this. I'm gonna go for this right now. If this resolves, it's just so good. Yeah. Nice. Okay, got him. That turn where I evoked Soul of Migration, they countered it, right? Early in they force spiked the first one, and then next turn they like had 5 mana or something and they tapped out. And then I just went Soul of Migration, ephemerate it, and then that just locked up the board. That was sweet. Oh, Marshmont 92 just followed, was lurking, enjoying the Pauper content, learning it at the moment myself. Cheers, cheers. And yeah, Nerdy Steve, I love this so much too. I love this. All right, I might actually potentially try Curse of Chains here. I don't hate it. All right, these come out. I like all the expensive stuff because a lot of times you lose this matchup to like an early ninja or something, and Curse of Chains helps there. Okay, wait. Opponent was on the play, right? Opponent was on the play. They went turn 2 ninja, turn 3 replay fairies here, turn 4 ninja, and we beat that. Yeah, Blobfish still 4 Dust to Dust. We played against Affinity last round, but also just all the indestructible land cleansing wildfire decks. Dust to Dust is pretty good against. It won us a game straight up. They just conceded on like turn 4 against Jeskai Flicker with cleansing wildfire. So I think it's still really good. Plus, I think Affinity is still going to be pretty highly played, so just respecting it. What else do I usually sideboard here? I need 2 more cards. Can cut like some cantrips. I can cut. Renewal just is so good in this matchup. Yeah, it goes transparent when I go to sideboarding. I know that it happens, and I'm just I'm fine with it. I guess one late to dinner. My stuff doesn't always go to the graveyard that much. One ephemerate can come out too. One archaeomancer could come out. Ephemerate's kind of hard to always have mana for. I think three is probably fine. Keep the cantrips. All right, let's go. All right, one more win for the 4-1 here. They keep seven. I'll keep this. Kind of a slightly awkward hand, but I think it's fine. There's a Delver. They only have like 16 spells in their deck, so Delver really doesn't actually flip that much. I'm gonna actually bottom top here. I already have another cantrip, and I kind of want to draw more lands and action spells right now. So we'll see. Hey Ticklebush, glad you could make the stream, and thanks for saying that. Yeah, it's been so much fun. Glad I'm just glad like people seem to be enjoying the content and people are showing up for the streams. So it's just like it's been great. Oh, Blobfish, what's up? Thanks for subbing. Just right on time. So I definitely do not like to Curse of Chains here. I also don't like to Ponder because then they just get a free spell Stutter Sprite. So I think I go Island, pass. If they do nothing, I go double cycle Ash Barrens. Next turn, I can go Curse this with this spell backup. And that's the one. But yeah, appreciate the support, everybody. And again, check out my YouTube. That's really the best way to support me. Of course, I appreciate any follows and subs on Twitch, but youtube.com/Napbolt. Go check it out. Tons of Pauper content. I have a lot of modern on there too, and some vintage cube drafts. There's a lot of stuff. So really do appreciate it. Just let this resolve. I'd rather cycle both my Ash Barrens here, I think. They're in the tank on the Pauper. Oh yeah, no doubt. Magic on fast speed or with your hand on like the right side of the screen, skipping forward at all the boring parts. That's the best. That's a good way to watch Magic for sure. All right, do I get plains here or island plains? I think I actually get plains. It sounds pretty weird, but it can be really good to have double white. We have a lot of islands to draw. I think I just Curse of Chains. I guess then they could snap this, but they can snap in response to this. Guess I'm just gonna journey actually. If they go snap, do I dispel? They have to replay Delver and flip again. If I snap, they just have. If I dispel, they literally have no pressure, and I have a curse for the follow up. I'm gonna do it. Just guaranteed not getting ninja. They don't get to replay Delver. They might not even have much left. If they like went land, Spire Golem, I just curse that. Oh, maybe earlier somebody was talking about what are the two curses for. I thought they were talking about the two renewals that were out, but I guess they were talking about these. Um, they're mostly for Guardian of the Guild pack, but they can come in random matchups like this or Stompy. So I think they're actually really good. Okay. I'm going to go Plains, Curse the Delver. I'm just deciding if I tap Plains Island or Plains. I guess I pretend I might have Counterspell too. Oh, that was you, Galarian? Or Jolirium? Is it Galarium? It's Galarium, right? If they go for Counterspell, I just negate. They're letting it resolve. Be funny if they want to flip Delver, they actually have to reveal a card to me, which is funny. Oh, they have Counterspell in hand. But we have Negate. Soul of Migration. If this gets Spell Stuttered, that's really annoying. Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, these seem good. Journey for their next creature. We can maybe set up a Soul of Migration Ephemerate at some point. Whoa, they did not Spell Stutter that Pondered? I feel like they definitely should have. Now if they go Ninja, I can Journey the Ninja with one counter backup. See if they Ninja me here. They do. Okay, but they're not going to be able to win this fight, luckily. So they have Counterspell and Spell Stutter up. They don't have another land. Okay. So I just go Journey the Ninja. Yeah, this card's sweet. I like Ninja being in the format. If they were gonna like take a hit on the Fey decks or the blue decks, I would rather them ban Spell Stutter Sprite than ban Ninja. Because Spell Stutter Sprite is the one that's really frustrating to play against. Especially, I mean, both of them in conjunction are obviously a problem. You know what? I think I might just counter this. I still have a negate that I can like use to like protect my stuff. But this allows me to not get hit by another ninja. Just kills the Spell Stutter Sprite. Yeah, I like it. So we know they have Counterspell. That's all we know right now. And Echoing Truth on these journeys could potentially be bad at some point. We're a lot of mana off, like Evoke, Ephemerate, Negate. We're 2 mana off that, but a bounce line goes a long way. Okay, so we're 1 mana off all that. Let's just pass. Hopefully not get hit with another ninja right here. You want Mystic Snake or Filled Mystic? That would actually be kind of cool because it's like blue, blue, green, green. It's so hard to cast. It would honestly probably be fine. I don't think it would be really hard to cast. But no, it would be bad with this card. That would be really unenjoyable. They have another ninja. Okay. So I have to draw an island basically, or an Ash Barrens, basically an untapped land. Untapped land. Where's the sweat? Oh man, I haven't even thought about the bans. I've been so busy. I haven't really even been able to play. I haven't really thought about what's going to be banned. So no takes. All right, we missed. So let's just evoke. Even if they let this resolve, I'm not going to go for Ephemerate. Hmm. I could negate. I mean, I get my 2 tokens, buys me some time, and I can still go for Soul of Migration Ephemerate or Hardcast Soul of Migration next turn. Stops them from drawing cards. I'm just going to do it. It's also mana efficient. It's tough to say on that one, though. I wouldn't be too shocked with a Ragavan ban. I could go block block. I could go double block. If I double block Ninja and they snap a bird, is that really that bad for me? I don't think so. I think it's worth the risk. It's just going to resolve? Wow. Kind of shocked by that. So now I can go for Evoke Soul Migration Ephemerate, or if I draw a land, I could hardcast Soul, but then could get Force Spiked. Let's lead on Ponder. Okay, I like this because now I can just go for Soul of Migration Ephemerate, just hope. If they have another actual counter spell, then so be it. They do? Damn. All right, now I need to top deck another Soul, another Mully or a Mully D, or something of the sort, but that was brutal. The spell stutter into counter. If they have Ninja here, it's going to be really tough. If they don't, I'm in a decent spot. Just a top deck away. Nice. Just going to cast. I'm just going to cycle this. I'm just going to fetch this one, just have more mana just in case. Oh, I should have played Island to play around Force Spike. Damn. I probably won't need to Ephemerate quite yet. But I should have played Island there for sure. That was a mistake. Hopefully I don't get punished. Whoa. Oh, they have Mutagenic? Okay, well, I'm going to go for block Ephemerate. Make them use the Mutagenic. I suppose they could have Mutagenic plus Force Spike or Spell Stutter here. I realized it a second too late. That might have cost me the game. That might have cost me the game. Oh, man. That was really bad. One small mistake like that. I thought about Force Spike at the last second. Another good top deck. Molly D. Ponder, Preordain. Oh man, that's frustrating. Right after I played Terramorphic, I was like, oh no, what about Force Spike? Should have played around it. Going Truth, end of turn. Well, that's pretty bad anyway. They have 0 cards in hand. If they draw like a land here, I guess they get another draw of Ninja. Ponder? Jeez. That was such a disaster. Could have played the island. Hurts so bad. They get to Ponder, and then they get to draw a card off Ponder, then draw another card off Ninja. Such a big swing. Those mistakes really hurt. Just, they hurt deep inside. Jeez. All right. Another cantrip. They're probably going to have at least one counter. Probably going to try to take this out. Oh, I'm at 1. Okay, well, I'm in a lot of trouble. All right. Brutal. Punted. Been playing well this league, but that was a punt. That was a huge punt. Think I like running it back. I felt like I was like navigating the game so carefully, and then one small little mistake and it just blew up. Yeah, I just wanted to play one more game. Since I don't get to play that much Magic, I'm just gonna extend this league out as long as possible. It's already at over 3 hours of recording time, so just trying to exactly for the content, make it more exciting. This hand's not that good, especially in this matchup, but definitely a keep. Clunky mana, but we have good mana fixing. I get to preordain and play another tap land on 2. Definitely the way to go. Ooh, that's nice. But I want to ponder shuffle. I think I'll do that later. Bottom, top. Take an ephemerate, even though it's really slow. It is pretty powerful. There's a miscreant, and do they have not another miscreant? Interesting. See, you should preordain first because maybe you want to play like a fairy seer after this, not this. If you're planning to play this, you should play this and then this. Last breath. Okay, well, I like that. I almost like last breath, evolving wilds. I think I'm gonna last breath now while they're tapped out. Sounds good to me. Could also just ponder though. Just gonna go for the last breath evolving wilds line. I know I don't get to shuffle necessarily with the ponder with the wilds, but I think it's all worth it. I'll just lead on ponder. I guess I get wrecked by a spell stutter sprite. I can just evoke Soul of Migration, get a couple birds down. I like it. Plays around, I think. Oh no, then I doesn't play around Force Spike. Jeez. Could do nothing. I feel like nothing might be the way to go. Because if I ponder and they go spell stutter into ninja, well then that uses a lot of their mana on their turn. All right, I'm gonna do it. Just like we drew it up, right? Not even gonna evoke Moidy here. I'm just gonna pass. Probably get ninja'd. And hope they don't have another land. Okay, just like we drew it up. We need to draw a land here and not have them have a 4th land. No, they have it. Damn. That was such a bad sequence still for us. And if I have land and they have counter, oh God, I have to evoke. Counterspell. I think I need to dispel. It's not necessarily that bad of draws there. Don't hate it. It's gonna be tough though. They have 7 cards. Damn. I wonder if I should have just gone for the Soul of Migration like that original line that I was talking about and not play around Force Spike. It's definitely an option. All right, what about go ponder? They spell stutter. I guess I lead on journey because they can't then spell stutter the journey without playing double spell stutter. Okay, this is good. They have snap. They do. I think I'm, man. If I play into the spell stutter sprite with a cantrip, they counter it. If I don't, they just play spell stutter and then ninja back anyway. I have to do this. It's so bad. I need to hit a land. If they have another spell stutter or also have the force spike, I just get blown out. All right, well, it looks like none of the lines earlier in the game would have worked. They just had it all. So now we get ninja'd again. But if we draw a land and I just am able to just tap out for Muldrifter, that might be enough to stabilize. This matchup's always so close. They really seem like they had it all this game. I wonder if I could have played differently. Playing this, they would have probably just had to force spike. Not sure. Untap land. Jesus. Make them spell stutter it and then invoke Muldrifter, I guess. It's so bad. They're gonna spell stutter, come on. They don't? Wow. Guess it's a good play. I guess I'm going to draw the land and then evoke the Muldrifter and maybe use the Ephemerate too, make them spell stutter. I don't know. If I just play one of these, they just spell stutter. It's not good. The other option is to not evoke this, but I think I want to. Again, our high CMC cards is how we win. They have counterspell? Okay. We're drawing Curse of Chains. I should have put the Journey on top too, over the Curse of Chains. Because now they could snap the ninja. Another ninja? Jeez. I think we're just dead because we're just drawing Curse into Journey. We have no way to draw more cards. We know they have a spell setter in hand. We only have 5 mana. I guess my line, they're probably going to flip Delver too on this Ponder. My line is just go evoke Soul of Migration, go for Ephemerate, they spell stutter it, end up with 2 tokens, untap, draw the Journey, play Journey and Curse, and then try to top deck from there. That's all I can do. Definitely punted on that force spike. Cost me my 4-1 here, but that's okay. Oh, they found counterspell too. All right, well, it's over. Have to settle for my 1 chest. It was so close, yet so far. The force spike, brutal. I do like this art on the force spike though, and on Magic Online, I think it's only in white border. And they flipped the Delver and drew the counterspell and a 3rd ninja. Okay, GG's. Jeez. 1 mistake against mono blue, punished. That's okay though. Had a fun time. I think Blue Out Evoke is still good. What I like to do at the end of these videos is work on the deck a little bit for the meta and what I expect. I think a couple relics, even though they can be good against us, it's just the best form of graveyard hate. I'm not too concerned with burn. I mean, we can even go down a Hydroblast. The only deck where we really want like 3 or 4 Hydroblasts is probably burn or other random decks like goblins and stuff. We don't need all 4 Hydroblasts for like a Tog anymore. So I think I can go down to 2 Blast. Don't really want to cut Lone Missionary or Dawnbringer. I could go down to 3 Dust to Dust. think that might be fine. I can also go down to one Stonehorn. I think Momentary Blink is not good. No. I think Ephemerate is just so much better. It costs one mana, and it comes down twice. And four Ephemerate is already a lot. Like I've already considered going down to three. Um, four Renewal is a ton too. Um, the good part about Renewal is playing it early, and then you can just start evoking these into counter spells, and a lot of decks have trouble with that. Where because this is like you pay the mana the turns before you want to do it, where Momentary Blink you would have to hold up the mana. Um, that being said, I don't think this is the best deck in the format, but I think it is a good deck, definitely capable of getting some 5-0s, getting some good results in challenges, stuff like that. But I don't think it's the best deck. I still think Fae is probably the best deck. Um, as far as the main deck felt pretty good. The last like flex slots are basically like Palace Sentinels can take it or leave it. Could go down to one late dinner, but two is good. Last breath, you don't need it, but I've liked the one copy, especially seems like it's going to be good in this meta. Um, you can also play some number of brainstorm if you're not a psycho like me, but I like the four ponder, four preordain, especially when this deck wants to just get up to really large mana thresholds. It's not bad to just play ponder and then play out all your extra lands because you're not like a Delver deck where you can put lands back and shuffle them away and try to draw more spells. You need lands and spells. And a lot of times you can even just discard extra lands when you draw a bunch of cards. So I think this is probably what I would try for next league. Just add a couple relics in. I think that'll do it for this stream. So that'll end this YouTube video and the stream. So thanks everyone for hanging out. I had a great time. It was fun being back. Again, youtube.com/snapbolt and twitch.tv/snapboltgames. Find somebody to raid here, and we'll see you later, YouTube. Peace.